Hey everyone, it's Kay, and I am excited to be participating in the Team Tiny New Beginnings Hop. If someone you know just had a baby, this is the video for you because I will be showing you how to make this beautiful card today. Please check out the rest of the hop videos. You can just simply click on the hashtag on the title, and then you will see all of the videos grouped together. Thank you so much, and let's start crafting. We're going to start with a piece of heavy cardstock. This is actually Accent 120-pound cardstock. You can simply use a paper trimmer for this step, but since I have the Spellbinders A2 Matting Basics, which I'm showing you right here, well, that's what I use. It's very simple. You just run it through your die cutting machine and you already have your panel. But if not, simply cut 1 to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then you'll have your panel. Okay, so now we have the Distress Oxide in Spun Sugar. We're simply going to grab a craft brush and ink blend all over this panel. Now remember guys, that sometimes you're gonna go for a very opaque color and some other times you're gonna do it a little bit softer. This is one of those times. I actually want the white to show through in some areas, so you will see it being very splotchy, but understand that I'm doing this on purpose. Another thing you could do is simply choosing a different color. You could do purple, yellow, green. I would say if it's for a baby, just stick to like a baby tone, like pastel colors or something like that. Now using the Tim Holtz in Sizzix Alterations Embossing folder in Lumber, we're going to place our ink blended panel inside and then run it through our die cutting machine. Each machine has its own sandwich for embossing folders, especially these Sizzix ones. They're a little bit bulkier, so please make sure that you know what you're doing before you run it through your machine. Now I'm simply ink blending the sky that will go behind the panel, starting with Distress Oxide in Wilted Violet and applying medium pressure in circular motions. I'm now going to change the color to Faded Jeans, and pretty much the same thing, same process, circular motions. I would say it's medium to high pressure. And ultimately I ended up kind of blending them both together just to create a very seamless transition between the two. I'm also going in with some spun sugar, and notice how these are all cool colors, cool shades. I did not want to create mud, and sometimes if you mix, let's say, orange with, let's say, purple or blue, it can look muddy because those colors are complementary and they really don't mix well. So think of your color wheel and stick with the colors that you know will blend well. If you don't know, it's very simple. Just go to Google and that'll definitely help you. Okay, so again, I'm here just applying my spun sugar in circular motions. I actually took the the foam applicator because I wanted spun sugar to be more vibrant than in that panel that we did earlier. Okay, and like always, I go back and forth in between the colors until I get the blend that I like. So I suggest, a little bit of patience because this does take a little bit of time to perfect. I have already die cut my window with the Hero Arts Rolling Hills window die. And now I'm going to attach that piece to a frame I made with the Paper Rose scalloped frame dies. I then applied double-sided adhesive onto the back of the window and glued the sky panel back there. Taking the Distress Oxide sprays in Walnut Stain and Vintage Photo, I'm going to apply some onto my glass media mat and mix them up a little bit. Now I'm taking some Gum Arabic along with mica powder and silver ash and mixing them with the sprays. However, this step is not necessary, so feel free to skip it if you do not have these items. Now all you have to do is add some water to the mix and using any scraps of paper that you have, smoosh your scraps onto the mix and let it dry. Just make sure that they're big enough to, fit the dyes that we're going to use. And I did not notice that my camera had died here. I apologize. But all you missed is pretty much me die cutting the dough and the baby, which I will call Bambi. Now, these are Tim Holtz and Sizzix, and their number is 664968. Okay, in case you were wondering what those were. Now, all you have to do is glue those pieces together or onto your panel. And I'm actually using these eyelash tweezers to hold them together and make sure that they stick. Now I am applying some double-sided adhesive and removing their backings. And then I'm applying some glue on top so that the adhesive has some room to move before it sets or it dries. I've already applied glue to the panel I made with the embossing folder before, and I am now gluing them together. Using my Misty and a stamp by Spellbinders that says congratulations, I'm actually going to stamp with archival ink. Now, realizing I should have done this prior to attaching the panels together, it was my mistake. Please don't do it the same way. I did use my anti-static powder pouch and stamped the sentiment twice to ensure proper coverage. I then took it out of my Misty and then used the baby pink embossing powder. I do not know by who, so I apologize about that. I did not want to extend the video any longer, so I did not include the heat setting or anything like that, or me stamping out the sentiment strip. But I'm sure you have seen that before, so you won't need to see it. Okay, now I will be adding a little bit of fun foam for dimension, and that's for behind my sentiment strip. Okay, and now I did apply some glitter as embellishment, but the card is actually done now. If you would like to get even more card making ideas and tips, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I share free files for personal use and many more is to come. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, and keep crafting, you guys. See you on the next one. Bye.